Get mad frustrated when I rhyme. Thinking of all them kids that try to do this for all the wrong reasons.
Jovenel Moïse was in charge of his Caribbean nation for over 5 years until he was assassinated at around 1 o'clock in the morning. His wife, the First Lady Martine, was also shot and is now being treated in hospital. The couple were here in their own home in the hills outside the capital, Port-au-Prince, when the killers struck. Moïse was clinging to power, ruling by decree and denying opposition claims that his term had expired. Today, his Prime Minister warned against a descent into chaos in what is already one of the world's poorest and most violent countries.
We have decided to declare a state of siege across the country. I share the sorrow of the President's wife and children. I'm asking the population to keep calm, to call on their intelligence in this terrible moment.
Moïse had plenty of domestic political opponents, but the official line is that heavily armed foreign mercenaries might have been involved.
We have many video footages that showing that's been a well-orchestrated attack and by foreign mercenaries because they are speaking Spanish. And then they present themselves as DEA agents.
So they pretended to be involved in drug enforcement?
They present themselves like this, the way they invade the area.
Hey, shalom and blessings. This is Shemayawan. Just want to go over these current events. We got some sad news. This president just passed, whether good or bad. He was the president of Haiti, and Most High have mercy on him and the whole land of Haiti, as well as the Dominican Republic, because as you just heard in this video that they said that the men that came in were Spanish speaking. We don't know how wrapped around the U.S. is involved in this, or France, or any other country, but for them to say that, to point the fingers at their neighbors, which is the Dominican Republic, because they speak Spanish, while Haiti speaks French. So we just ask that the Most High resolves this mess. The U.S. has had control of Haiti for the last 100 years and let them reign in their own parliament since then. But we all know the scriptures about that land, Simeon and Levi, Simeon being the Dominicans and Levi being the Haitians, based on their history being deported from Africa to these lands. But when you read Genesis 49, if we go in the scriptures and we look at the prophecy, Genesis 49:5, it says, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Instruments of cruelty. That's politics. That's lying and stealing. That's breaking the Most High's commandments. That's using guns. That's using plots. Okay, all types of railings and accusations. That's a form of instruments of cruelty. Verse 6, O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce. What are we seeing right here? Assassinating of their own. And their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. And we know that they're scattered all over the world, but we know for a fact that the Ashantis were Levites, scattered and sprinkled with some Judah and the rest of the tribes. But for the most part, these are our brethren. And so we send up prayers to the Most High, and we ask that the Most High have mercy on Jacob, okay? Because this is very sad. We will find out what will happen soon. Also, a new moon is approaching. Things like this always happen around the new moon or feast days. So So just keep your
country is
ears
really,
on.
really,
I'm
really
going to play
hard
some more.
to tell at this stage.
So listen up.
President Moïse's legacy is an unhappy one. He had pledged to fix Haiti's deep-seated problems, but his country now seems even more unfixable than when he was alive.
It's not in the paper today. It's in the paper, but it's not on the front page. That should be front page news. Okay? You got a black president who just got assassinated, and it's not on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. Interesting. Another thing I want to show you, brothers and sisters, is, like I said, I'm gonna make this real quick. Right here, look at this. The Delta variant is hardening a divide between people who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and those who aren't, prompting hospitals to brace for new cases, surges, and health authorities to redouble vaccination efforts. Data from Israel suggests Pfizer vaccine is less effective at protecting against infections caused by the Delta variant of COVID-19, but retains its potency to prevent severe illness. Now, the Most High controls all things, but man can only do so much. You understand? Man can only do so much. The Most High can create things worse for destruction of mankind. Okay? He is the author of the plagues. And so, don't put your hopes in this man. I mean, when I went into Walmart, and I saw the military wearing masks, and you know they all got vaccinated. I'm like, why are they wearing masks if they all got vaccinated? So that should tell you something right now. Be aware of your surroundings. All right, I got one more thing. In this paper, July 7th paper. Look at this right here. Now it comes out. Chicago, 100 people shot on holiday weekend. 100 people. And you know that's black and brown. 100 people, including 2 police officers, were shot in Chicago over the long 4th of July weekend, including 18 homicides. The city police department said Tuesday. I'm not going to read all the rest, but just so y'all know, building that collapsed in Florida didn't have this many injuries. Over 100 people. And this is just one city. Just letting you know how wicked this 4th of July is. Our people need to wake up and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. With that, I'm going to say shalom.